Hey guys, my name is Steve from Trim That Weed, and today we're going to teach you how to harvest and store garlic. In this video, we're going to give you a full guide to proper harvesting and storage techniques, so please stick around to the end of the video. When to harvest. Before heading to the garden for your long-awaited harvest, the first thing you need to know is when to harvest. How do you check if the garlic bulbs are ready for harvesting? The initial sign that your garlic is ready is the browning of the lower leaves. The only way to check this is by digging up a few bulbs and checking. It's important to check how the cloves fill out the skin. If you harvest too soon, you'll only get small cloves that go bad in no time. We surely don't want that, as it takes time and effort to grow these bulbs. Most farmers and gardeners will plant their garlic in the fall and wait until the following spring for them to sprout. This is around June or July. Note that watering stops when leaves begin to dry and decline. Also note that if you keep the bulbs on the ground for too long, the cloves start separating on the bulb while underneath. That's why we emphasize the right timing. Gather your tools. At this point, you've already established that your garlic bulbs are ready for harvest and have a designated harvest day. You're going to need a garden fork, a mesh bag, a knife or scissors, and some mature garlic plants. It's harvest time now. The first step is to loosen the soil using your garden fork. Never attempt to pull out the garlic from the soil on the stem. Harvest time. Garlic, unlike other onions, is not easily pulled out. Remember that the small bulb that you planted has increased in size over time. Work your way around the bulb gently. Some people prefer using a shovel to loosen the soil, but we recommend using a garden fork, as it works better and makes it easier. Gently pull out the garlic bulb. Care should be taken to avoid slicing the bulbs while loosening the soil. Shake off the soil on the bulb roots. Brush it off with your hands until none is left. Never wash out the soil. It's possible to accidentally slice the bulb in the process. Don't panic, just find a good use for it. It's safe to use immediately, but cannot be stored. Curing. Garlic should be left to cure before storage. This is an easy one. Leave the roots on the bulb, but leave no soil on them. Be careful not to wet the stalks or the roots. The curious process takes anywhere between 3 to 4 weeks. Bundle up 8 to 10 stems together and tie using a twine. Once this is done, hang the bulbs upside down in a cool, dark place. Great storage space can be a basement. This is the perfect place to keep off sunlight, as it could alter the fresh taste of your garlic. Wait for the stems and roots to dry off and cut them off. Storage. Once the hard part is done away with, it's time to store the garlic bulbs. Remove the superficial, papery skin to clean the bulbs without uncovering the cloves. The bulbs are now ready for storage. The storage area is required to be dark and cool at a temperature of 32 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. You can opt to braid and hang or store it in a mesh bag. The key point to note is that no matter what method you use, keep your garlic away from sunlight. Different varieties can be stored for varying periods. For example, the soft necks are stored for up to 8 months. The hard necks, however, only last for 3 to 4 months before they begin to soften and sprout. You can opt to freeze the hard necks. This will make them last up to 7 months. Storing garlic for planting in the next season. The next season of planting is going to require bulbs. The best way to store bulbs for planting is at room temperature. Ensure that they are kept in high humidity to avoid drying out. If you want to harvest big bulbs for your next season, select the big bulbs, as they are best suited for planting. If you save smaller bulbs for planting, expect smaller bulbs during harvesting. That's all we had for you today. We hope you've learned a thing or two about harvesting and storing garlic. Drop a comment or a question below, and don't forget to like this video, and thank you for watching.